I know Caroline here, my colleague, is a huge sports fan as well. But we do know when it comes to sports, it is usually a male-dominated sector. These days, there are more and more women athletes in the spotlight. In fact, many are anticipating women to play a bigger role in today's sports.
Right, exactly. So the position that usually filled by men now can be filled by women also, including team director, analysis. I mean, there's a lot of female analysis. You know for sure about this, team doctor, manager, and so on.
That's right. And one example is our guest here today in our studio. She is an Indonesian woman who is the business director of an Indonesian football club. Now, how did she manage to get into sports to begin with? And what sort of challenges does she face as a woman in a relatively challenging profession?
And definitely today we're going to dig it out from our guest today, P. Let's welcome our guest, PSIM Yogyakarta Business Director, Ibu Yuliana Tasno. Ibu Yuliana, thank you so much for being here. But Yuliana, I'm sorry because you're still very young, cannot believe.
Hi, Paul. Good morning.
You look beautiful. Thank you for being here. So let's talk about you being a part of this sports industry. Like Paul has mentioned before, it is such a male-dominated industry. But how long then have you been in this industry? And do you like football? First of all, are you a football fan?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, so I thought this is just like a professional job, but no, this is a passion of yours.
Yes.
All right.
My passion.
Your passion too.
I think my ability too.
Right, exactly. So when did you start to pursue to be a part of the sports industry, especially in football?
Well, in football since 2017, I think.
Okay, yes. So now it's been what,
5 years?
5 years, yeah.
5 years ago.
Right.
It's been 5 years
So
in football.
You have a background in business. We spoke a little bit off air. Your background is in business, but then you were able to join this particular franchise and you're able to be now part of the sports world. How did you find adapting from your previous, what you used to do before in the world of business into the sports world? Were there any challenges that you faced in the beginning?
Well, okay, I'm actually an academician in one of the private university in Jakarta.
Yes.
And when I was having my master degree, I have this special interest inside this marketing science and also in marketing strategic.
Okay.
And also I told you already that I'm an avid sports lover.
Yeah.
I have been doing sports since my school years.
Okay.
Until now, I still manage to do my sports routines to maintain also my endurance and also my fitness level.
Right.
You're still into running, right?
Yeah.
You're very much okay.
I like to do running and cycling.
Right.
And I can say that I'm fortunate enough that I can build my career inside this industry which can combine these two fields.
True.
Marketing, commercial, and also sports become one. And I started my career in IBL.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Indonesia Basketball League. It's a professional basketball competition. And
at that time, what did you do with, what was your position at the time?
I was a marketing executive, only deliver the sponsor. I don't have this responsibility to running the or generate the company revenue.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, not yet. Just started my career there and learning there.
Okay.
And I'm also one of the member of Indonesia Asian Games on 2017 before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Committee. We called INASGOC back then, do you remember?
Yes, correct.
And I'm the first woman who can become the manager of football national team in Indonesia as well on 2018.
Okay.
Well, yeah, now currently I'm occupied as a business director in one of the historical football in Indonesia.
Yeah.
This football club also as a co-founder, one of the co-founder of PSSI. And representing the special region of Yogyakarta, we call PSIM, stands for Perserikatan Sepak Bola Indonesia Mataram.
I cannot believe that your journey just began 5 years and a lot of milestones and achievements that you already gained.
Certainly progressed very far in 5 years.
From the sports industry, I mean, from basketball and then also to football, that's become your passion and whatnot.
By the way, can I add, this is like a perfect time, not only for a woman, but anyone to be in this kind of field because sports marketing is more important now than ever.
Yeah.
Like years ago, people didn't focus that much. Like
Yes.
you either have the sports, if you're a diehard fan, if you're not, oh well. But nowadays, sports is being marketed not just for the team, but for the athletes, for the entire organization itself, merchandising.
Like an ecosystem.
Yeah, very important.
So how did you try to kind of change that and build it to where it has become now? That would be my question to you, especially now you're already joining PSIM Yogyakarta in itself. You know, we know that, again, as you mentioned before, usually it was, you know, it was dominated by male, but we're seeing a lot of female figures just like you being a part of this and doing successfully in the business itself.
Lots of challenges.
A lot of challenges. What would be one of the challenges that you would say that is probably you're still facing until right now?
Well, I can say that, in my opinion, both gender, whether it's male or female, will facing or will offer the same challenges inside this environment, inside this ecosystem of sports industry. But me as a woman, myself, that I have my personal opinion that women should have the upper advantage inside this industry, this sports industry. Because reflecting or based on my experience inside this industry, that women having more advantage or more privilege in terms of navigating and also in terms of negotiating.
Yeah, and we can multitask too, by the way.
Very good at multitasking.
Yeah.
We are much more put into details.
There you go, yes.
Okay.
True.
And then, yeah, especially into having the negotiation with the stakeholders, whether it's investors, you know, a lot of stakeholders inside this environment, right? Stakeholders, federation, and league operator, government, military, police, especially the community.
Yeah.
Because in football community, I can explain in here like Jackmania for Persija, or Boboto for Persib, or Bonek for Persebaya. So we in PSIM, we have the Brajamusti and the Maiden with the 30,000 sign-up members.
Wow.
Huge.
Yeah, football is a huge market. Yeah. And yeah, I think the stakeholders have having the similarities. Like they are more welcoming, they are more having an empathy when communicating with women. So yeah.
That's the great part about being here in Southeast Asian region as well. So I want to talk about that. You said that football is such a huge market here. It's not just huge, it is the #1 sport in Indonesia by far. Right now, we're in a kind of a weird climate when it comes to football because of the recent tragedy that took place in Kanjuruhan, Malang. But football as a whole was on the rise. The national team are doing great. Our local league was doing great. What is your perspective on where Indonesia football is right now?
Well, I really do believe that this sports industry in Indonesia having the potential to be the profitable business. I really believe, because Indonesia, we know that Indonesia just reached at the upper middle income country as a GDP in 4,300 USD per capita per year.
Correct.
That we also know that the country, the upper middle country GDP is defined if the country who have the GDP above 4,100 USD per capita per year. So this is a significant milestone for Indonesia. And this is also the signal that the people in Indonesia having the much more buying power. And having more the disposable income to purchase or to purchase the entertainment and lifestyle sectors.
Sure.
Yeah, that's.
So they'll be willing to come out to the game.
Right.
It's just a lot. I think people are just more willing to spend now these days.
Of course.
Right? It's not just the purchasing power, but they know exactly what they want. Like they're willing to buy their favorite team's merchandise. They're willing to support their favorite team by coming out and buying official tickets, not buying like, you know, not trying to get in for free. Like people are actually putting value on that.
Yeah, especially if they're passionate about it and the loyalty they have for the club itself.
Yep.
Now, for my next question would be, how's the business development and how can we raise up the business development, especially in the sports industry now, since you're a part of this too?
Well, this business must be managed with the professionalism, also the human resource that they are able to manage this company, this industry.
Yeah.
Also with a dignified manner, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I really believe if the sports industry in Indonesia can be managed well, then the performance will be followed.
True. Sure, yeah, even the, you were saying about the fans and whatnot, stakeholders and whatnot can really shift up too. And in regards to that, how do you see a female or a woman's role in the sports industry? Like you were saying, this is such a big opportunity for us now. I mean, we should not be afraid and can be elevated from this industry. How can you share to our female viewers who's probably wanted to be like you, Yuliana, and to be a part of your industry too?
Okay, my tips, yeah.
Yes,
be patient.
Okay, yes.
Be patient and just going into the process because I don't believe in such thing as an instant way.
Yeah.
So be patient, be brave, and trust the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my view on your career trajectory is that, you don't have to, I mean, you were a lecturer at one point. Who thought you would have been having such a, important position at a football club of all things. So I think, dreams, you never know where your dreams are going to come from. You can start out doing one thing and it can lead you in a completely different direction. But using those same skill sets, they come very handy into your position now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just, in my opinion, you need to have the right training field for you to learn.
Yes, that's true. And we have plenty of
from any positions that you want to be in. And first of all, you have to love the sports first.
Organization, the right organization, also the trusted and right figure inside this.
That's true. Good management is everything. So back to the organization then, what are your hopes? Obviously, we do hope that the football does resume within the country in a timely manner as well. But what are your hopes for the long term?
Okay, so my hope is not only for football in Indonesia, of course, but for all the sports in Indonesia. I have the vision that all the sports in Indonesia can be managed with the professional and dignified manner. Yeah, because I already told that I really believe if the sports in Indonesia are well managed, then parallel the performance will be followed, and Indonesia can competing into the international level, and this is in order to bring the fragrance for the Indonesian name.
I agree, and well, you're very good at this. Perhaps a future sports minister, maybe? You never know, right? That's where this road will head. Hey,
the first female
Have we had one, a woman? Not yet. There you go. Anyway, Yuliana, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for the time.
And much success to you as well.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Mbak.
Thank you. What an inspiration right there. All right, guys.